Oh, Southern Houston, we have you go for orbit here. Go for orbit.
Calling all space cadets.
Gemini 12, Houston standing by. Houston, roger.
Do you remember this?
I'm absolutely munted.
2001, the dawn of a new era. But how did this messy state of affairs come about?
Rewind selector, rewind selector, ta 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 ta.
Race in the place, London. Race in the place, London.
So bold, so beautiful, so inspiring.
The dome!
That it embodies at once the spirit of confidence and adventure in Britain and the spirit of the future.
What a load of bollocks.
The Dome may have been Britain's biggest joke, but on New Year's Eve there was a chance for final salvation. They were hosting Odyssey 2001, England's biggest dance event.
The man from the ministry. He got a lovely head like the dome.
This event is themed around Space Odyssey 2001. Nothing to do with the fact we wanted to theme it around space, but Stanley Kubrick was often at the Ministry of Sound, completely losing his mind, fucked on ecstasy, allegedly.
I and my company, we hate you.
I am fucked. I feel like I've been anally abused.
You have been raping and buggering dance music for far too long.
Any girl who wants to get on her hands and knees with me is all right in my book.
Glenn and Jay, the two world dance nutters from South London. Jay, you know, I mean, you're talking about a guy that used to do ballet.
Could you take that away from me until I tell you you can film me again?
Glenn used to have a flower shop. He likes to do a bit of arranging and stuff like that.
It's my fucking money, right?
There's a sort of psychopathic tendency to both of them, which can be worrying.
Here comes Mark Rodol, creative director and director of lies.
So, you know, they're quite passive guys.
And I'll tell you what, he'd give it to me last night. I'd have come in and punched his lights out.
Back in August 2000, the Ministry got together with the world dance space cowboys Jay and Glenn to launch their most ambitious UK project to date, somehow managing to charm that funny French bloke PY, head of the Dome.
We walked into PY's office and said, with the Ministry of Sound, please could we have 20,000 lunatics going crazy in the Dome on your last night? I think we expected to be shown the door of the Dome, but actually, he was really up for it.
It's all about making it fun and sexy.
Speak to anyone that was that works for the Dome that was at last New Year's Eve party, and I think they'll tell you there was a load of old farts there.
At Mission Control, it's all systems go. Gareth Cook is head of promotions, in charge of booking the talent and shaping what to expect on the night.
It won't be an informative day out for kids to do, you know, projects on. It'll be just a fucking nutty night out.
The big night promised some of the biggest stars from house, trance, UK garage and drum and bass. In the lineup, the Artful Dodger, Jazzy M, The Dream Team and DJ Rap.
Do you know that bad girls go to hell?
I don't know about this space theme. I mean, it definitely will influence my set. So I'll probably start off with some sort of spacey thing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe the actual Space Odyssey tune itself. But I've also made some special tunes for that night. So just exclusive one-off little thing that I made in my studio, which you'll have to wait and see. I don't know about the clothes thing, though. I mean, I was thinking of getting miniature Millennium Domes and sticking them, like, over various parts of various said body.
Lovely.
Are you ready?
Meet 4 clubbing girls from North London who'll be going to the Dome on a garage mission.
What? Are you ready? Ready?
Are you ready for the London?
First down to the Artful Dodger. Doing it again and again. Get up, get down, tell your friend. With a blend and a mix-up. Chopping up across the fader.
Hiya, I'm Emma. I'm Anna. I'm Katie.
And we are SpaceX.
We've known about this for a long time. Known about New Year's Eve coming up and everything. It's going to be a big one.
I'm Garage Girls. Love it. Love Artful Dodger. We'll be in there for his set, definitely.
I just want to have a memorable New Year's Eve.
Because of the notoriety of the Dome, there is a lot of press interest, with millions of pounds in media coverage.
This is a particularly nice shot, not necessarily because of the perspective of the Dome in the background, this is the tyres, but you can just see Busy's Alan Wickers here, they're just pointing through there, which I suppose could have been worse, really, couldn't it?
Things are starting to hot up. Down on the street, Glenn's in charge of publicising the event, one of his few sidelines, as London's godfather of fly posting.
I am the dog's bollocks when it comes to putting up posters. I could go to work in a dinner suit and I'd still be clean because I hate shit.
Not that they needed to advertise much. Amazingly, within 3 weeks of announcing the event in November, they had sold out 18,000 tickets.
I've had phone calls from people that know people that know people that knew someone that once went, you know, the gas readers, dog's uncle's brother's cousin called me. Everyone has come out of the woodwork on this one. It's the hottest ticket on New Year's Eve in England, there's no doubt about it.
There's a guy from Germany phoned up 2 days ago. I am leaving now. What is the weather like? How much time? You know, there's a whole train coming from France on the Eurotunnel.
You whack-ass, eh?
They did, however, hold a few back for VIPs, including that party animal, Ewan Blair. So an envoy of sexy ladies marched to Downing Street to hand him the invitation personally. Sadly, he was out on the town, but the nice Bobby assured them his ticket would get to him safely.
Do you know something? If I ask somebody to do something, I expect it to be done. I have had no conversation with anybody, and I'll tell you what, it's a good job I haven't.
By mid-December, after much planning and a few heated exchanges, they move in on the Dome to start transforming the site into the mother of all superclubs.
What really turned us on to using the Dome venue was we went into this area called Skyscape, and it was as if someone had been into Ministry of Sound's main room and said, I really love this room, I want to make it 50 times bigger.
Wicked!
They've got 14 days, including Christmas, to get it all sorted. The pressure's on.
To quote Del Boy, who dares wins, Rodney?
Some people think that we just open the doors at 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve, take all their money, put it in a bag and go home. We've been working on this gig for 4 months.
I'm shutting these doors because it is late December. It is -7 and people haven't yet realised that door open, heat out.
Meanwhile, in the heart of North London suburbia, the dancers quite frankly don't give a monkeys about the cold either. They're practising some hot moves for the big night.
Yeah, the stylists are here!
Ciao!
Oh, it's all getting a bit bitchy in the bedroom, as the boys seem to have taken a shine to the dresses just as much as the girls. But no one wears them as well as Luana.
Lovely.
It's now only 2 days before New Year's Eve, and following the botched diamond heist, security's tight at the Dome. Hardcore heavies John and Sam are taking care of a far more important stash.
As a company, we tend to do a lot of close protection work with individuals. I think looking after alcohol is just as important as that. We've got about £500,000 worth of alcohol here, and that tends to be more than the insurance on most pop stars. It's a very, very important job.
Sort it, mate.
God of Trance, Ferry Corsten from the land of Puff will be on the decks in the early hours of 2001 after leaving his Rotterdam home for a full-on night in the UK.
First, I've got Golden, Manchester, then I got Passion in Colville, and then the Dome, so it's going to be a busy night. So this is my house, just a nice cozy place. As you can see, it has been snowing a bit outside. This is the view that I have from my studio. So it's very nice working here.
You see how other persons live. It opens your eyes totally to a different way of life.
My little record box, so ready to go with me. And what's in there? Well, of course, one of the stuff that is in there is like New Year's Day remix.
This here fish is fucked as well. What's going on here? Fuck off and die. Oh, excuse me. You're a fucker.
Countdown 12 hours. Site manager and definitive rock and roll roadie Nick Fisher has his work cut out. But with 20 years in the biz and having sorted gigs for U2 and Tina Park, he's taken it all in his stride.
Had a lot of work to do between now and 6 o'clock. The event will take in about 20,000 people, 100 tons of booze, 1,000 lights. Goodness knows how much sound.
And how could he forget Bulbul, the bongo man from Spain?
Una fiesta de puta madre. Fiesta, fiesta.
As it happens, so far, I've got no complaints and nothing's really gone too... Well, we haven't had no problems yet, but I'm sure we'll find some before we get open.
My day has been remarkably calm today, actually, but this is the lull before the storm, as I tell everyone. And what you tend to get is, like the production manager will say, oh, we've got a day in hand, and I'll say, shh, don't tell anybody that, because we're not going to have a day in hand come tomorrow. So this is the senior event manager, young Blake. He's going to be running the show on the night, aren't you, Blake?
However, for our Space Invaders, there's been a hitch.
I had these pains there in the morning, just like in my abdomen. And we went shopping in Topshop and it was just so hot in there and absolutely, like, we were trying to find these outfits and she was saying, have some water, and I was like, yeah, in a minute. Next thing I know, I was like laying on the floor in the recovery position waiting for an ambulance. I was just absolutely not there. We did steal this from the hospital, in case you recognise it. Doctor has said I can drink, so don't get worried, but I have to follow it up with water and not go silly, so. It's a bit of a nightmare, really, on New Year's Eve, just my luck. So we'll just make up for it tonight, and I'll just be extra hyperactive, because I can't drink. This is my new dance I'm going to do tonight.
We wanted to stick to a space age theme, like year 2000 or...
Yeah,
you know,
space cadet.
Either the glitzy silver boob tube or the very PVC kind of silver halter neck.
And you're going to stick to your gold, because that's good luck dress for us. Gold is good luck for me. It looks a lot better on, believe me. It looks a bit cheap and tacky.
I've got Becky's outfit out here.
Very
short.
very
Sexy, but that is just Becky. Sexy. Girl.
Well, basically, when we go out, Becky is queen dancer. She likes to take the mick out of all the professional dancers, because we have a few professional dancer enemies who try and kick us in the head when they do their big routines on stage. That did happen once. We were dancing near the stage and this foot missed me by an inch.
Let's hope Emma's conspiracy theory doesn't apply to the Dome dancers working out their New Year's routine in the main arena. We don't want another Space Invader casualty on the night.
There's a bomb sweep going on. Dogs are just running around doing a quick sweep around for any explosive devices. The idea there is that if we do receive a bomb threat tonight, that we don't have to go to a full evacuation of the site or even determine whether or not it is a genuine bomb threat and take the appropriate action.
So our deadline is we want to get them gates open at 8 o'clock, even though it's an hour before, get the people into the main square, open the main bar there, the cloakroom's open. It stops people standing in the cold for 2 hours. I've got two things in my life that I don't like doing, and that's ironing and queuing, and I don't do either of them.
A load of rubbish.
It's now only 3 hours before the doors open, but the head honcho is at home in northwest London feeling a little sad. He has a fistful of tickets and no one to give them to.
When Ministry started and I was 24, I used to get all my mates phone, everyone wanted to go on the guest list, people I'd never heard of. Then you get this sort of lull as you approach 30 where just no one calls you at all. And then I'm now at the stage where I'm starting to get people phoning saying, hi, you used to be friendly with my dad. So then the next level of phone calls is, Mark, my son went to your club last night, he's come home, it's 3 o'clock the following day, he's got very big pupils and he's talking complete gibberish. What's going on? They're the next level of phone calls. But so at the moment, I'm still left with tickets and no friends really to give them to, which is pretty sad.
Final sweep round, just check that everything's in place and effectively that we are ready to go to doors.
That is crap, actually. That is the most crap deodorant I've ever used. It doesn't do a thing, does it? We bought, it was like 3 for 2, so we bought 6.
The garage girls are making plans for the night.
8 months single.
So I'm going to go do a little plot around and find a man. We'll do a little blind date special or something.
Don't make it I'm desperate, but I have been single for a long time.
And why does Emma think she's single?
I think gingers get picked on. They're never cool. Ginger boys are never cool. I'm sorry all you ginger boys, but they're never cool. They're never good looking and they never hang out with the right people. Ginger boys get a real bum deal, so if I have a ginger boy, it's going to be drowned at birth. Yeah?
J for Glen, J for Glen. Fuck's sake.
Where the fuck is he?
Where's Robbie gone? Fuck hell. Look at that fucking queue.
If anybody doesn't need to be in here, can they please go in the crew room or just go outside? Because it's production only.
It should have been done a fucking hour ago. Well, no, but everyone's sitting in the back fucking room, do you know what I mean? If someone had told me...
Problem. The bad weather has meant that the site isn't ready for the 8 o'clock opening they were hoping for, and crowds are building. Meanwhile, Mark Rodol is leaving home, blissfully unaware of the stresses.
Weather. I think the sun's going to come out at midnight, though.
Bloody tickets.
Oh, I got him.
Oh, she's got him.
And the garage girls, well, after that minor hitch, they're off. On one. Go on, girls.
Handbags on your head, it'll stop fuzzing at the roots.
Loving it. We're loving it like this. We're loving it. We're loving it like that. It's down to the MC Ginge. I'm here to make you rock.
One of the primary reasons people are coming tonight to see Hayley's pink tights.
Everyone, get ready to go to doors. I want at least to know which venues are ready to go. Okay. If it's, I want site-wide issues dealt with first. Venues can be closed off and opened one by one once people are in. Yeah.
What is this for?
We're a new girl band.
Are you?
Yeah. Watch out for next year.
Cool.
Space sets.
I'm excited.
We eventually finally gave anyone who's remotely cool, under 25, a reason to visit the Millennium Dome.
I love it when they're in, because they ain't spending money out there, they've got it in their pocket. When we get them this side of the fence, we start emptying it.
There's the dome.
No, people, go that way. No.
There's real pressure to sort the problem. They're now an hour late opening.
So that suggestion, why don't we get a security cordon at that point there, yeah, okay. The centre point there, yeah, and at the far point, we'll keep them in this area now, we'll go to the doors and get them in here.
Sorted. Stand clear. Please do not obstruct the doors. Stand clear!
I'm calling them.
The gates are open. 18,000 people are pouring in.
We are here, the party's alive!
We have liftoff. But oh dear, boss man is a little lost.
Now where the fuck do I go now?
I don't believe that you buy tickets, you show them to someone and you drop them on the floor.
My name's Keith. I'm one of the heads of security for tonight's event. We are patrolling the outer realms of space.
Security have to deal with all sorts. Some who are clearly looking to spend the night in the nick.
Is there some good drugs to buy or what?
I've got no idea about that. You don't get it. Basically, the water's checked in case there's any alcohol, and some of them, obviously, because they're inflammable, can be used as flamethrowers.
Tonight, we're just going to, as you can tell, it's going off in that foyer now. They're getting ready to come in here and have a good time. There's not going to be any children doing any projects in here at all.
fair job, eh?
We've got everybody in before midnight, which is what they've all come for. And I'm sorry I was a little bit abrupt earlier, but, you know, as we go to doors 9 o'clock, the last thing I need is that camera in my face.
You are in tune to space, taking you to the final frontier.
It's the UK Dynasty. It's for everyone. To share. All that much is all about. Super Pumpkin in the correct. I'm sure that Chris Steve in this round.
Hi, my name is Mike Lee, part of the Dream Team, 1/3.
It's huge. It's gonna come on.
Absolutely brilliant. Mind blowing.
Let's win it again. MC Creed on the microphone, dragging you screaming to the zone.
In about 20 seconds, yeah, we're going live across the road on Radio 1. My name is the Bud Fighter. Who's on board to knock into the jungle? Who's taking the rest of the content bar? Join now, get trapped, and get Pender.
Baby, move your butt. I think I'm singing again. She had bumps like a truck. Cause I run all night long. Let me see that go. Baby, that thong. I like it when the beat go. Baby, make it really go. That thong. I like it when the beat go. Come on, make it really go.
Mike can be the TV star.
I'll tell you what, right, this reminds me of Glastonbury or something, you know what I mean? It's like 16,000 people in about 5 different arenas, and it's the bollocks, pardon my language.
So scandalous, and you know another nigga couldn't handle it. So you're shaking that thing like who's the ish? With a look in your eyes so devilish. You like your dance on the hip hop spot, and you cruise to the cruise like an actor dot. Not just urban, she liked the pop, cause she was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck. Guys like that, baby, move your butt. I think I'm singing again. She had dumps like a truck. Guys like that, all night long.
I mean, this is the future of this country. Let's recognize it and celebrate. And everybody told me today the Dome is going to be trash and everything. Everybody behaves properly, they're having fun, and this is it.
You're the man! You're the man! Yay! Are you the boss of the Dome?
Yes, that's me.
Well, I haven't been there, but nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Hi, my name's Vicky.
Now PY's out of a job, the Garage Girls have an offer he could hardly refuse.
Your last day in a job. Are you unemployed now? Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
Are you going to come and dance with us? Yeah,
sounds good.
We'll show you how to boogie.
Which one are you going to be?
Oh, lucky old PY, the French smoothie. But for poor old Glenn, life behind the scenes isn't so cushy. He's in charge of the money, and it appears there's a thief about.
I want you to tell them they are not allowed to let anybody behind there take money out. Somebody has walked up to a fucking bar here, put their keys in it, took the till drawer and fucked off of it, you know? I'm getting bollocked for picking up money. It's my fucking money, right? And I want someone to go into Chris, when you tell, I want these people to tell that you are the only person to go and get that money, and they've got to be told, mate. Right? They have got to be told.
They do know them, they don't.
Well, they don't know the geezer's left his car keys in the fucking till with his car keys on it and walked off in the till.
Can you give me a radio check, please?
I got into trouble for mixing up money in a fucking bar. But Ross, I want them told, mate. I'll tell you what, if you don't tell them, I'll go and tell them.
I won't tell them straight away.
All of them. And if they don't know who the person is, they are not to touch the money.
Yeah.
Tom.
It's almost 12 o'clock and the dancers are putting the finishing touches to their midnight routine. But it's not going quite according to plan.
No, it's not.
What are you doing? Listen to me all
Not the free stuff. It's exactly the same as it has always been.
Well, it's 2 minutes to. We're going up on the stage. I'm in a mad panic.
When we break into Donald Where's Your Trousers at midnight, I think we'll have it right off. There'll be sporrans, kilts, haggis, the lot going off in there, mate.
1 minute to go!
This is the special midnight unannounced guest. We've got Steps in tonight. This is what I wanted to happen. Just loads and loads of people having an amazing time.
One more time, got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance so free. One more time, this got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate.
I've never seen anything like that. I'm a clubber, but I've never seen anything like that.
The best thing I've seen tonight is this girl's arse.
This has been the best night so far of our lives.
And also the best thing was my girlfriend Hayley. Come here, Hayley. Say hi. What's the best thing for you?
Sarah! Happy New Year! Oi! Happy New Year! You all right, mate?
Happy, smiley people. After all, it is New Year, except for Glenn, who's found another problem.
Take that off. Take that off. You shouldn't be allowed in with that. Get out. Get off. We don't like cream. I can't even have cream on my fucking strawberries now because of that mob.
It's all about the Millennium Dome. At the time, it's 11:59. Ooh, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Pete from Artful Dodger, MC Alister. People were here because it's the Dome. You reckon so? Aye. Feeling that. We DJ all around the country, all around the world, and garage is huge. You know, we just come back from Italy and it was mobbed. Come back from Germany and they're just screaming for it.
UK garage is a load of rubbish, a waste of our money.
Give me the one, give me the O, give me the Artful dance floor. Give me the one, give me the O, give me the Artful dance floor.
That was the baddest gig of the year by like a mile and a half or something.
There's never any toilets near the DJ, like in clubs, wherever you play, you've got to walk 10 miles to get a toilet. And a record that's only 5 minutes long, you can't do it, so you always hold it in. A few too many drinks before you go on, and you're busting about third record in.
This is my baby, and no one try and take this from me, there will be trouble. Okay, have a good New Year. Bye.
I've got to go to the loo so bad. I've got to go, so I really want to go.
is scary. Can you just come with me? Can I just show you something? This is the VIP toilet. Right, take a close-up. The toilets are alive. Come with me and I will show you more. It's not just one, not just two, not just three, but 6 of them. This is what happens when you...
16,000 people try and use the toilet.
Look at that one. That is hideous. Shit, my gas mask. I haven't got my gas mask. I had it earlier. I've lost it and now I actually really need it and I haven't got it. That is just sod's law, isn't it?
I've been doing this a long time, right? And I've come through doing these events through Acid House, through rave, through whatever, you know? And when you work these multi-arena events, you judge it for yourselves, all right? When the drum and bass rooms are really, really happening, the atmosphere in there is just so great.
That is what it's all about.
I'm supposed to be on at fucking 12 o'clock. I turn up on time. I've made a tune especially to start, and Ray won't let me get on the decks. That's Ray Keith, wouldn't let me get on the decks. And I go, Ray, you know I'm supposed to be on at 12. He goes, I'm just going to do another mix. And this is because I'm a girl. This is the shit we have to put up with. I'm not bad. I don't know what you're talking about. Massive, massive, massive. Enough said.
We are in crisis conference as we speak. 2 wheels have fallen off.
Yes. Do you think we could run the event on till 10 o'clock?
My
11
gosh,
o'clock?
I just don't know. Ah.
It's now 2 o'clock in the morning and everyone seems a little less stressed. Even Glenn's in a joking mood, winding up his staff.
Show me your tits, Sherry. Show me your tits. Come on, Sherry, get them out for the camera.
Winding up the punters.
He made the effort tonight. Look at the state of him, you know what I mean? It took him 5 hours to get ready and he still looked the same when he walked out.
And passing opinion on weight distribution.
I wouldn't let my dog bite her, she's too skinny.
Our house!
New Year's Eve, isn't it?
Having it all have it large at least once a month. If not,
Full on, bang on, full on, bang on, full on.
energy, nervous energy. I don't like seeing people eat up and all that, it's all rubbish. Oi, 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 move! Fucking getting on my nerves.
Play the version, super dumper, get drunk, standing on the right MC, I get no second winner, nothing ammo, you can be the ammo.
The last 3 years, drum and bass has had the worst rep. But I've told a lot of people it's going to come back and bite people in their arse next year. I'll be seeing ya.
In the VIP marquee, the Garage Girls have run into some big stars. Well, sort of.
You look pretty funky tonight. I've got to say that.
Now tell me, how funky do I look? No, doesn't.
You look like this game's scared. Girls, check this out.
Though you might not recognise Darren from Big Brother sporting his new look.
Tell me, ladies, what you think about the blondes?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we know Claire. We know Claire really well. So yeah. I reckon you should grow your hair too.
Do you reckon I should grow it?
And Nasty Nick being incredibly nice. Back in the control room, the boys are even planning next year's event.
We are actually in a planning meeting about next New Year's Eve. Good call, Hector. Thank you. Who dares wins, Rodney? Who dares wins? Well, it's definitely the case for the promoters this New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Everyone's like, what are you doing, anything? So do you know what though? When everyone started ringing out what you're doing, I told them I wasn't doing fuck all either. Just to try and wobble them. No, it's the right risk. Remember last year, lads? Then I had a load of people when this come out going, you what are you doing? Oh no, sorry, I can't say that.
Houston standing by. Houston, roger.
Meanwhile, on the front line, Glenn's inspecting his cadets.
Hello, come here. This is funny, right? You know how cold it's been, don't you? But I was coming to work all night, so I said to Katie, tell your girls to dress up warm, right? This is what you get, right? This is a Sheffield. Are you from Sheffield as well?
I am, yeah.
This is Sheffield mentality, right? Fuck knows what you say to them if they don't wear a lot. Look, she's got to work all night in the cold. Dress up warm, look.
That's why these girls have not moved.
Look, dress up warm. That is her idea of dressing up warm.
I felt like that.
I said a lot.
Okay.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Watch your step straight ahead.
In the Skyscape Cinema, Emma and Becky are taking a little rest, enjoying the UK premiere of new American rave movie Groove, starring DJ John Digweed.
You know what?
Voicemail. Digweed just walked in with a fresh tray of vinyl. He's gonna be emailing out this one. If there's one thing you learned tonight, I hope it's this. It ain't over till the last record spins.
There's us.
I think it's a load of rubbish.
While we are moving, music is soothing. Troubles we don't have better. If you stay low, why does it feel bad? Why does it feel bad? Why does it feel so good?
Millennium Dome. This is the biggest party in the world.
That's the place you should have been! This is the place!
I'm having a wicked time at the Dome.
We're just about to go into the final frontier, so follow me, okay?
love, this ain't a port. There's no ferries here.
My night started at 10 o'clock at 3 gigs, and I heard some other DJs had 6 gigs, but all respect to them, but 3 is enough for me, so I'm quite spaced in here now, so I'm going to my bed now, space out.
Watch their live TV pictures of the Earth from orbit.
I've got another 4 hours of these people, and then we got probably 3 hours of clearing up and, you know, putting it to bed. And then I'm going to bed. So I can put myself to bed, but I've got a hotel room about 300 yards away at the gate, and that's about as far as I get. You can see the voices going, and my legs are going, and I've been running about for 4.5 days. And
I'm so vain. I probably think this song is about me. I'm so vain.
He's probably 10 years older than me, do you know what I mean? Just give him a bit of age, mate. The oldest are the best ones, mate.
I've told you see us, mod, mate, what we've been through on this fucking show, there is a small state in need of good government that we could apply our hands to, I'm telling you.
Drum and bass, garage, in there, Oakenfold, trance,
that's the one.
Kick-ass, go
Cheers,
one. Where's the fucking house?
Fire in your heart. You will move over mountains that stand apart. To the end of all time, I'll be by your side. Always dream that I'm yours and I dream you're mine. By fire, with fire, by fire.
What can I say?
It's great. What a noble way of earning a living.
Oakenfold. He knows what's going on. He knows the time. He knows how to mix it up. Honestly, he does. And that's coming from the devil, sweetie.
He does the hokey pokey brilliant.
The event cost £1 million to stage, a large chunk of which was going to the DJs. The best paid was getting around £30,000 for a 2-hour set.
What other profession can you go around the world playing other people's records, using other people's equipment, their electricity, drink all their beer, shag all their dancers, obviously not myself. I mean, come on.
Wicked. You're moving too fast, and I don't think it's right. I'm not giving you my love tonight. Now, ooh, you're moving too fast.
It's been a hard day's night, but the Space Cowboys have lived to fight another rave.
But you know, for every successful show, there's probably 6 failures. So tonight we've been fortunate, someone else has probably suffered, so should maybe try and, you know, for those of you who haven't done well tonight, the promoters' fraternity feels for you. We've been there.
Still, Glenn has some unattended business to sort with his cloakroom ladies.
Time to burn. What have you done to me hangers, man? You know you're getting paid in hangers, don't you? You fucked me hangers.
And they say a woman's work is never done.
one day I'm going to meet the perfect woman. She's going to look like a princess. She's going to shag all night, and first thing in the morning she's going to turn it to egg and bacon. Do you know what I mean?
Scrambled egg or sunny side up?
The dawn of 2001, a messy sight, but 18,000 very happy people.
Everybody is having a wicked night because the place absolutely banging.
Wicked time tonight, excellent DJs.
Which is the best DJ? None of them, it was all fucking shite.
I caved it tonight.
Some people just don't know when to go home. Some are having a problem with geography.
England is not an island. It's like a glacier, but bigger than Ibiza.
And has anyone seen Musty the dog?
Musty.
It's not a question of pulling tonight because it's not. No one's into pulling tonight.
I've had a lot of ugly men pinching my arm.
Yeah, blinding.
She brought an ugly one.
As usual, I attract all the weirdos and all the really ugly men.
Respect.
We've had a wicked night.
Dancers on the stage were phenomenal, man.
It's wicked.
Wicked.
We think it should turn into a big club.
Really attached to the dome. We were telling.
We've come attached to the owner of the dome.
What's his name? PY. We were telling PY to turn it into a club.
You checked it, man.
Yay!
Last night at the dome, massive.
Let's go to Kansas.
Let's go to
So the morning after the event is when it gets all a bit sad. The place takes on a very derelict and desolate look. The rubbish that accumulates is considerable.
Push the broom, pull the broom.
There'd be that typical, what we always term in the trade as the festival smell, the day after. It's the smell of the polygons that are being cleaned and the temple toilets. The smell of the food stalls that are now dumped all their rubbish. It's just horrible.
Right, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and we're just about finished now, thank God, because I'm absolutely knackered. I can safely say it was the maddest gig I've ever filmed. I covered Sarajevo and the Gulf and Nam. Nothing compares to this.
I have fun. I feel like I've been anally abused.
Job satisfaction, as I said to you before, it's a noble way of earning a living.
I need to go to bed, get away from all these cheesy quavers.
I love you!
With chewing gum that they don't have.
When the shows are good, it's good. And when it's not, I'd rather be cutting my cock off with a rusty bread knife.
On that note, all I can say is...
Thank you to your girls, because they've been ever
Thank
so
you very
good.
much, it's been a pleasure. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next year.
Something each, one of something
We're going to kick
each.
some ass again.